Hey everybody, Beer Leaguer here, and here I just want to do a quick video and touch on something that I've talked about before, but I've updated. As you may or may not know, I film all of my Beer League team's games, and I came up here finally with a rig that I really like. Works great. I will show you some footage here, kind of you can see what it looks like. All right, there you go. That's some game footage that I have. And what it is I have two cameras, obviously, two GoPros, a 7 and an 8. I use the GoPro trade-up program, where you can take your older GoPro, send it to them, and you get a credit towards a new GoPro. It's actually a pretty good program because you can send them older GoPro. You can send them any camera, I think, any digital camera. I just had like GoPro 3s, I believe is what it was, and did that trader program twice, two different times, and got the 7 and the 8, which are really nice. The 8 has a touch screen and stuff on it. It's super easy to use, a lot easier than the older ones that don't have a touch screen. Actually, I think they both have touch screens. They both work super well, versus the old ones that had the black and white, just a little front screen, and that's how you had to do everything, where you had to hit the buttons and do combinations of stuff, or use the app, which, I didn't always want to use the app. It's kind of a pain in the butt. These ones work super cool. So this is super easy setup. Really love this. Works great. So this is the standard GoPro-ish suction mount. It's their old one. Any of their suction mounts would work. Any suction mount would work at all, actually. It doesn't have to be a GoPro one. But I have this. And then I have, you can see here, I have like a series of these adapters that come with the GoPro cameras. Let me see if I can get in here. These come with the cameras, and that's just to get a straight, flat surface here for this guy. This here is just the standard GoPro just mount. This is just a mount to go on here, and I've actually mounted onto here. This is an accessory bar for a regular DSLR camera. So regular, like for a regular photography camera or video camera or something like that. This is the accessory bar that you could put over the top of the camera and then attach, lights and stuff to. So I just got one of those. It was real cheap. I got it off Amazon. This particular one, I can put a link down in the description for it. This guy was only, I think, like $6 for two of them. So I got that, and then I have one of the GoPros, you can see here, mounted with the standard GoPro threaded mount for like a tripod onto one side, and then I got an extension bar. Again, I got this from Amazon. It was just, I think, $2 or $3. Put it down in the description what it is. This is just an extension mount for this. You could also get a long screw or anything like that. You can go to a hardware store and get something. I just got this. It's not hard to kind of hack this together if you didn't want to get actual photography equipment for it. You can do that. So put this on there, and then same thing, the standard GoPro threaded mount on top of that. And then I have the two cameras. You can see here they are set up offset from each other. And what I will do is just somewhere near the my bench, or over in the penalty box or something like that. I will go, like the penalty box, the glass is here. I will go suction this onto that. So this will just kind of, it's adjustable, which is nice. You just kind of adjust it. So these peer over the top of the glass. They can clear it a pretty good amount. If the top of the glass is right around here somewhere. And, I have them offset up and down, so that when they are, this one is obviously recording out this way, and this one's recording this way, is they don't catch seeing each other. I found this to be the best way versus having them both kind of go and record out. Because if I have them record out like this, then they miss the center of the ice, or the center of where this is. It's really hard to have that unless you have them almost facing straight in, but then they have trouble getting the outside, whereas if you have them facing opposite like this, they catch everything. They do a great job of catching it, as you can see in the video that I played. And then when they're offset like this, the reason for this guy is it was really tricky to get them kind of facing each other, but having them tilted enough so they get as much of the ice as possible, but not like being cut off by the lenses, because when these GoPros are wide view, they're super wide. It's a super wide view, so when they're this close, you still get a little bit of that. So not the biggest deal, a little annoying, but to me it was worth the couple dollars to get one of these to do that. If it was offset a little bit more, probably even help a little bit more, but that's what I got. You can do a similar setup like this with any kind of action camera. It doesn't have to be GoPros, just what I have. That's what I use. Like I said, it could be any suction mounts that they have. You can even get the clip mounts and clip it onto something, clip it on the top of the boards even. That would probably work, as long as it's not too flexible. Some of those clip mounts are super flexible, so if the boards get shaken at all, your cameras might dip down. I really like the video that this gets, because it gets the whole ice. The perspective that it gives is, I don't think, as good as when you have each individual camera mounted behind the goal, which is what I used to do. I can show a clip here of what that looks like. Somewhere you'll see a clip of that. I like how that looks better, but that is kind of a pain, because I would either have to go run out right before my game and turn on the cameras and put them up there, or get somebody, if somebody had a girlfriend or wife come to the game, give them the camera, usually teach them how to turn it on, or turn it on for them and have them go mount it, and then ask them to take it down when it was over, and I could mount one, because a lot of times I could get to behind one goal, but not to behind both. It depended on the rink, and that was a pain, because if somebody wasn't there and I was counting on them being there, then it was okay, I guess I could hope the battery holds out and set it up and turn it on before I get my skates on and go put it up. Or I could hope that I can get the remote to work. I'd never have good luck with the GoPro remotes or the app, and leave it running and then get out there and click the remote, or set it on the app, turn it on and get that one set and set the one behind the goal that I go by. And all that totally doable. For me, pain in the butt, didn't want to do it, didn't like that. This is much easier. So even though I don't think the video is quite as good of a perspective, being kind of, if you do this, it's mostly in the middle of the ice and it's the camera's going kind of either way. It's probably not as nice of a perspective as what you would get behind each goal, but I don't think it's bad. You can still see everything just great. You can see the action great. You can follow everything really easily. And I think that the ease of setup that I have with this more than makes up for any other issues that it has, which that's not even an issue. It's just a preference thing. But super easy to do. Wanted to share that. I didn't... I've seen similar-ish setups to this. I've seen some stuff where people have cameras mounted super tall, way up on stuff, and they have them on like selfie sticks or pieces of PVC with slits in them and stuff like that. And I didn't want to go that route. I thought that was a little too much. This is one of the mounts I used to actually just put behind the goal. Super easy, super compact to kind of put in my bag. Doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not a whole setup that I'm taking out and putting together. I have this whole thing ready to go. All I do is, as I'm getting out on the ice, after I kind of carry this out with me, after I throw my sticks on the bench and water and stuff like that, I just grab this and kind of fiddle with exactly how I think this is needs to be set. Get them turned on and going, and then pop it up. This particular mount sets really easily. It's just like a little button and a little lever. Get it up there, and because these do have the nice screens to see live preview, which is a huge upgrade from the older GoPros that I had, because they didn't have that and you just had to hope and pray that you knew how to point the camera. These you can see, there's usually a little bit of fine adjustment that I have to do when it's up there, but the whole process from when I put everything down on the bench to when I go set this up, and it's maybe 2 or 3 minutes, not very long. Granted, that is the entire warm-up time that my team is usually allowed, so I never get to really warm up. Well, that doesn't really matter. Whatever. So, there you go. Really, I think, cool way to set up two cameras to record very easily, so you don't need help to set them up to record your Bear League games. Alright guys, thank you very much, and if you have a good way that you like to set up cameras to record games, or if you like to record games, or anything about that, let me know, drop a comment, send me a message, and let me know about that, and maybe it's something that I'll try, or if you have questions on this, let me know as well. Alright, we'll see you in the next one.